Okay, so here's the initial setup I've got for message to the Czar. We'd started during the description to set up, blue and yellow had set up, and I'd had some questions about yellow's choice. Purple ended up validating yellow's choice. Now there's a situation where yellow and purple will both go up if either one chooses to play that. And that's kind of a neat working together type of situation. Red and green obviously didn't get that kind of advantage, but they do want to use the symbiosis there. It doesn't hurt. So let's say red gets the advantage here and green does not, in the sense that, say, this piece gets played instead of this piece. Well, then still, green is no worse off after red plays than if they played on their own. So you probably do want to move next to people. Another thing that I didn't cover, these little, and I've played this before, but it was a while ago. These little things are closed markers. When you're playing with less players, you put these down to indicate certain ins can't be used. And that makes traveling up even more, well, significantly easier when you're playing with less than 5 players. Things can get pretty crowded, I guess, in 5. But in 2, for example, and the game works fairly well in 2, they don't. So let's take a look at our first player. Blue. They got a problem. They do not have the ability to move up with this, and they've got kind of this set that they don't like. They're going to get left alone. They'd love to place this here if they could in response, but they're going to just pull another piece because this way I get to see more pieces. All right, now we go to yellow. Yellow wants to trigger the movement up, I think. They may actually not want to. They may want to fill one of these and get more of their pieces up if they can. So let's say they go here. They're helping red, but they're also going to get another one of their pieces. Unfortunately, it's going to be a piece that matches with this piece, and that's not terribly good for them. So this initial instinctive desire to push your message up, well, without more pieces in play, I don't know how much help that's going to be. So I'm going to place another one. And I get this one, which if I put here, is going to go up with this next set. That's positive. I get more potential to go forward. Likewise, let's see. Does purple want to just push their message up? Again, that doesn't really help them. Might as well fill things out here a little bit. Where would I want to put a thing? Well, I'm not sure I particularly want this, so I'll grab another one, and I get another one of these buildings. Red certainly doesn't want to trigger that, so they'll draw to get more options because they have this option, and they get another one of these. Now it becomes more tricky as to what you want to have up on this next level and how much it helps you. Eventually you do have to push your pieces up. If green pulls one of these, they don't get a piece that can go up. They're going to hope that they don't. But unfortunately they do. So now they have 2 pieces in their discard pile. More choices, but kind of a disadvantage there. Now blue wants to build this up a little bit. Get more pieces in play. This isn't a bad piece. I'm going to throw it down. That puts us on yellow. Yellow's got a couple of pieces to push up. Is that really enough to play with? I don't know. I put here, I'm guaranteed getting a piece up, whereas if I put in one of these, I'm not, so I'll drop it here, trying to give blue a reason to push me up. We'll see how that works. Now blue may have wanted to move their message because this guy's not going up. Now we go to purple. Does purple want to fire their guy up? Not really. Might as well try to fill this up. Or maybe, now that things are filling up a little bit, pull this. I'm going to take a chance, and I get screwed. And yeah, these are all shuffled. Red, likewise, would like to fill up. They also are going to take a chance. They don't get screwed. Now you might want to work with someone else like this, but when you already have a position on the board, it's harder to make that decision. Let's keep going here. What about green? Green wants to make sure that they get a piece up. They're going to fill this house. No, they don't want to do that, because then red will get 2 pieces up. And this they may not get up if that space is filled. Alright, we'll draw another piece. And we get kind of a positive result, I think. I think this is better. Okay, with blue, blue wants to move their message. And they'll drop it over there, because this guy gets to go up in that case, if this space is triggered. On to yellow. Yellow's going to push their pieces up. Has to be different villages. That puts it on purple. Well, purple's got kind of a nice situation here. The only problem is purple's got the same piece in 2 places. They don't really like that. They're going to take advantage of what red's set up for them to try. That gets them something they can move forward. And now we've got red. And red's not in a good position. They don't want to trigger this. They don't really see a point to triggering that. They're going to draw for a piece over there. As long as they got this, they can put it here. That'll help fill that out. They must actually play it. They can't bury it if there's a legitimate play. Over to green. Green's got a couple of pieces that they can start sliding up. So I think we're going to do that. Put this one here. And this one here. Now, I might have wanted to work with yellow here. But the problem is, if somebody places here, then I'm not able to go up with yellow. So that seems, and I can't remember who did this. I'm assuming it's green because of their message. What I'm going to do is take a little pause, because I don't like to play through straight. So anyway, a game like this doesn't make a lot of sense to try to discuss anything about it beyond the gameplay itself in detail, looking at it all. So I'm going to just go through the entire playthrough with it, with camera in hand, I think. I'm not sure how much value it is to anyone. Obviously, you can drop off when you like, right? Okay. So we're on blue's turn, and yeah, I've taken a little break away, and now I don't remember what the hell I'm trying to do. They would like to get a piece up, and here's what's kind of neat. Well, actually it's not. I was thinking, oh, I could just drop these up. But no, I gotta split them into different places, so I'm not ready to go for a straight up. So there's no real bonus position to drop into. I think I can delay on placing here. I'm gonna draw up a new tile and add it down to the bottom. I'd love to put that there, but I gotta put it here and help red a little bit. Now we go to yellow. What's yellow up to? Yellow doesn't have anything really great, but they can push this forward. Why would they want to do this? I don't think they terribly do, so they'll put a new piece up. And they get one of these little buildings, and what do we got? We'll prevent red's message from going forward. By placing here, it means if this gets triggered, these two go up and not this one. Now, uh-oh. I got it in the wrong place. Ooh. Well, that was an oops. I don't know what that means, but the little icons are hard for me to see. Well, I may not want to put that there then, because that would help red's message go up. Of course, it does push my own piece up, and that can only be for the best. No reason to hurt red particularly. It was kind of cool when you had that option. What about purple? I want to get things up, but getting this up doesn't really help me. That's what I've already got. I'm going to trigger this space. Now I'm going to move my piece here, and this red piece, doesn't much matter. I'll put it over here to prevent a message from going up. But this is kind of cool because it allows me to push 2 purple pieces into the next layer when that gets triggered. Now over to red. Red wants to get their message up, and they definitely want to play it because they can put this here. That'll give them a 2-piece bonus. And then this, well, they don't terribly want to put it here, but they got no other choice, so they'll give yellow that bonus as well. Over to green. Green needs to get some pieces in play. They will also trigger this. Now this is weird because they go here, but this purple piece they get to put, they must put further up. That's a real bonus for purple, and maybe green's handed them a little bit too much of an advantage by bumping them up there. Let's see where blue is. Blue again would like to get their piece up, and now they've got this kind of problem where they're building up too many pieces and they're not going to get much in play at all. They got to pull another thing. They're not in good shape here. But here's the thing. Maybe I want to push this up. See, the board's getting full, and I don't see any of these pieces ready to go into place. So if I push up, I can prevent purple from taking advantage of this. Of course, I give yellow this advantage, and I'm going to drop them up here of bumping up another layer. I'm not happy with blue's position no matter what, though. They're in a troubled location. How about yellow? Well, yellow needs to get something up here. They need to be able to push their pieces forward. They want to get one of these into play. They're going to add another piece down here. And we're looking to get this kind of piece. We don't have a lot of choice. It's got to go there. What about purple? Purple could trigger this, but they're not about to. That only helps blue, really. What I am going to do is I'm going to drop my message down here. That's going to allow, when this does trigger, for the purple message to go up a layer. Maybe that'll help me. Red. Red could do a triggering, and we're in pretty good shape to do so. Other options? Well, I could place something down here or draw one, but I don't know how much value that is. So I'm going to put this here, and I'm going to put this other red one up here. And that gets me into 2 of the kind of filled houses. Better chance of getting an advance direction-wise. In fact, this almost assures me that my letter is going to go up the next level. Because if somebody plays here and triggers, it's this and this. And if somebody plays here and triggers, it's this and this. So that's kind of a nice situation. Okay, we're on green. And green has a lot of pieces that they can drop on the board, that they know what they're getting. This is a piece they'd like to play. But if they put it here where they triple up, it doesn't quite work for them. They'd like it because it could go here. Oh no, they don't want that. They'd like it because it's more likely to go up is the only real thing. And this piece just doesn't really help them. I'm going to draw a piece for the bottom, open up more options for later. I got one here. I'm going to put this here because it's got a higher chance of going up. Either I or blue might want to bump it up, and it doesn't have to wait for anything going to blue. Blue can trigger this and make things less pleasant than, say, if purple triggers it. But there's no good place here for this. Is there a good place for blue to put it? Yeah, there is. So they're going to do this and get a jump. I'm going to put this here. I'm going to drop this one over here. And you can see you don't necessarily need a lot of control on the board to be able to get good things to happen. Yellow. Yellow wants to fill this board up. So, triggering this doesn't help me. I guess I'm drawing a piece. And I get another one of these houses. I cannot place this. This goes here. It doesn't get bumped up because it's the first placement on the board. Over to purple. Ooh, purple. Purple wants to build stuff towards there. In order to do that, they've got to trigger this piece. Now, by bringing these up, they could help, but they think they want to draw another piece. Because they've got that, they don't necessarily want another one of those. So they draw this, and they're blocked as well. That puts us to red. And red doesn't want to trigger that. They're going to pull a piece, I think. And they get what they had. I can put that just about anywhere. If I'm doing the work for myself, I might as well get the benefit. No, help someone else. Blue. Blue doesn't see this as tremendously advantageous, but whoa, they've got this filled up. Might as well, might as well bump this up. Good things may happen. You never know. You never know. I mean, things can fill up. There's this, should I plan and try to push things forward? Maybe, but maybe some big advantage will come where you can jump a piece all the way up or something. And it's not worth overly thinking in this game. Now, yellow wants to get a piece, one of these right pieces, and this is the best I can do. I'm going to draw another yellow piece to try to get that into play, and I get the wrong kind of piece. I'll put it here. Increase the opportunity of that getting filled. Purple would like to get. Well, they get their message here. They'd like to get things moving, but they kind of feel like they need to draw a piece. Maybe they don't need to draw one, though. Yeah, they don't like this piece. It doesn't do what they want. So they get another one of these. They'll drop it in here. Red needs to bump up. They'll pull one. It's one of these. If they put this here, they can pull their two pieces up. Those are two pieces they'd like to push up a space. That works for me. Green. Green could trigger, jump these pieces up. That doesn't really help them. What they want is one of these kind of pieces in play. So in a sense, triggering this is not the piece they want. Triggering this might be. We'll take a shot at that because that lets us move our message up. And then this one, well, I think purple's doing better than yellow, but it's hard to tell. And it's hard to tell what effect what you play really does. A lot of fast. Yeah, there's room here to do this tremendous thinking. But this would be a terrible game if people thought as hard as they might be able to all the time about each move, trying to puzzle it out. It's a fun game in the way Carcassonne is, where you can just make your moves quickly and play along, and maybe not be trying to win as hard as possible at every point in the game, although there are moments where you certainly can do that. Let's take a look at blue. Blue wants to get pieces up. I'm not going to get any secret bonus by playing here, but I might be able to get something good. So I'm going to trigger this. That puts this one and this one. This one can only go in one place now, so it goes there. Yeller. Yeller wants to get a corner piece in play. Everything's just about full. That's kind of a problem, but it won't stay that way. So I'm going to draw a piece and see what I get. And I get something that doesn't terribly help me. I'll drop it down there. I was kind of hoping for one of these kind of pieces. Purple has its message here. It's got kind of a desirable message here. Now in two players, you're able to make a lot of these decisions because, for example, hey, this message, if I move this here, I've put a threat on the red player. He can't then bump me up. You know, yeah, you can just make all these kind of calculations very easily. But with more than two players, and especially probably 4 or 5 players, you're starting to get to this position where you're just, you're trying to improve your odds as much as you can, but you can't really fully calculate what's going to happen anyhow. What's purple going to do? They don't have anything they can trigger that they want. I think I'm going to be adding a piece. This is the piece I'd like to send forward. I'm going to drop this in play anyway. Maybe not a guaranteed best piece, but whatever. On to red. Red could play here. That would bring up these pieces, which would let their message go up. Best, worst, I don't know. Other options, like playing down here, might end up bonusing other people more. It looks like there's opportunities for pieces to fly up too fast. So in order to prevent that, nope, that's not legal. I'm going to play these, and this one's going to go here, and we'll put this one out here. That gives us green. Green has a nice little triggering. They definitely want to do this. They wish there was a space filled here. There isn't. But at least they're getting their message close to the top. Alright, I'm going to pause here so that I can load this video up.